In 1995, Dwayne Johnson had just $7 to his name. Today, a single decision has made him wealthier than his entire wrestling and film career combined. Teremana Tequila's launch was not just celebrity marketing. It became the largest debut in spirits history, selling 300,000 cases in its first year and shattering industry records. But what exactly turned a $7 setback into $3.7 billion? The strategy behind this empire is more surprising and instructive than you might imagine. Here is how it all began. Teremana's foundation rests on an unusually deep partnership, one that reaches far beyond a celebrity endorsement or a simple licensing deal. At its core stands Dwayne Johnson, but the architecture supporting the brand is built from real equity and real expertise. Danny Garcia, Johnson's longtime business partner and former spouse, brought the operational rigor and strategic planning that had already defined their joint ventures in film and production. Garcia's role as co-founder ensured that Teremana would be managed with the same discipline as any major enterprise, not as a vanity project. Industry veterans. Ken Austin and Jenna Fagnan joined the founding team, each bringing decades of spirits category expertise. Austin and Fagnan had previously built Tequila Avion from the ground up and guided it through every stage of growth before its acquisition by Pernod Ricard in 2018. Their decision to return to tequila, this time with a focus on supply chain transparency and brand integrity, signaled a commitment to long-term value rather than short-term hype. Their experience shaped Teremana's production standards, pricing strategy, and distribution model from day one. The Lopez family's involvement set Teremana apart from nearly every other celebrity spirits brand. As third-generation agave farmers and second-generation tequila makers in Jesus Maria, Jalisco, the Lopez family did more than supply agave. They became formal equity partners. The distillery, Distilleria Teremana de Agave, was built on their land, registered under NOM 1613, and designed specifically for Teremana's production. This arrangement ensured that the people growing the agave and crafting the tequila held a direct stake in the brand's success. Their knowledge of the land, the rhythms of harvest, and the nuances of traditional brick oven roasting became central to the product's identity. This structure, celebrity vision, professional management, and true local partnership created a business that could respond to demand surges without sacrificing quality. Every bottle traces its lineage not just to a famous face, but to a family with generations of expertise, and to a leadership team with a record of building and selling world-class spirits. From the outset, Teremana was designed as an integrated enterprise, a brand with roots in the red earth of Jalisco and reach across the globe. Just weeks before Teremana's official launch in March 2020, the team finalized an exclusive distribution agreement with Mast-Jägermeister. This partnership was not a typical celebrity licensing arrangement. Mast-Jägermeister's established infrastructure gave Teremana immediate access to national retail shelves, bypassing the slow, state-by-state rollout that stalls most new spirits brands. Logistics were mapped out to ensure that inventory could move efficiently from the distillery in Jalisco to key United States markets, even as pandemic-related disruptions threatened to freeze supply chains worldwide. The launch plan relied on more than operational muscle. Dwayne Johnson's social media presence, over 400 million followers across platforms, became the engine of Teremana's marketing. Instead of traditional advertising, Johnson turned to direct engagement with virtual tastings, behind-the-scenes distillery footage, and daily posts that traced the tequila's journey from agave field to bottle. Within days, these efforts translated into unprecedented consumer demand. Retailers reported sellouts in core markets, and pre-orders outpaced projections by a wide margin. By the end of its first year, Teremana had sold over 300,000 9-liter cases. That figure set a new record for the largest spirits launch in United States history. Shipment data confirmed that 400,000 cases reached distributors by December 2020, a feat industry analysts described as unheard of for a new entrant, let alone a celebrity-backed brand. Trade publications and independent sales trackers verified these numbers, dispelling skepticism about inflated claims. The groundwork laid by the founding team, authentic production, disciplined management, and a global distribution partner, was amplified by Johnson's digital reach. The result was a launch that did not just meet expectations, it redefined them. Teremana's first-year performance became the benchmark for what is possible when operational scale and social influence are aligned from day one. By the start of 2021, Teremana's early momentum faced its first true test. Could a tequila brand born from celebrity attention and careful planning actually sustain growth at scale? Industry data from IWSR and Nielsen tracked a surge that surprised even seasoned spirits analysts. Teremana sold 600,000 9-liter cases in its second year, doubling the launch volume and outpacing every other new entry in the premium tequila segment. This was not a fleeting spike driven by novelty. The numbers reflected repeat purchases, persistent demand, and a supply chain that held firm under pressure. The operational backbone supporting this leap was built long before the brand went public. At the distillery in Jesus Maria, the Lopez family led a disciplined expansion of agave planting and production, maintaining traditional brick oven roasting and copper pot distillation even as output grew. Ken Austin and Jenna Fagnan, drawing on their Avion experience, implemented inventory controls and margin discipline to avoid the pitfalls that often follow a viral launch. Danny Garcia's oversight ensured that every step, from raw agave to bottled product, followed strict quality protocols, echoing the standards of global consumer brands rather than a startup. The partnership with Mast-Jägermeister deepened in early 2022. Mast, already the exclusive distributor, acquired an additional minority equity stake in Teremana. While the terms remain private, industry reporting points to a strategic investment designed to accelerate international expansion and align the long-term interests of both companies. Mast's global logistics network became more than a channel for distribution. It evolved into an integrated system for scaling Teremana's reach without compromising its core identity or operational control. This phase demanded more than marketing muscle. It required the ability to forecast demand, manage working capital, and protect the artisanal process that defined the brand's promise. Every bottle shipped in 2021 carried the weight of that promise, and every shipment reinforced Teremana's reputation as a business built for endurance, not just headlines. The groundwork was now set for the brand's next milestone, as it approached a level of volume and recognition that had never been reached by a premium spirit in the United States. In 2023, Teremana crossed a threshold that few in the spirits industry believed possible for a premium tequila brand. Annual shipments topped 1 million 9-liter cases, an achievement no other premium spirit in the United States had reached in such a short span. The cumulative total since launch surpassed 2 million cases, a figure that moved beyond internal company claims and was verified by independent sales trackers and trade publications. Industry analysts, often skeptical of celebrity-backed labels, shifted their tone as shipment data and retail sell-through reports continued to confirm Teremana's place at the top of the growth charts. The brand was officially recognized as the fastest-growing tequila in America, outpacing both heritage distillers and recent celebrity entrants by a significant margin. This commercial success was matched by critical acclaim. Teremana collected more than 30 major awards in its first 3 years. including a coveted gold medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Judges cited the tequila's balance, depth, and adherence to traditional production methods, qualities that resonated with both connoisseurs and everyday consumers. Trade magazines and spirits competitions that had once reserved their highest honors for established houses now routinely included Teremana among the year's best. For the founding team, these accolades were more than just marketing milestones. They represented external validation from an industry known for high barriers to entry and deep skepticism of celebrity ventures. Each shipment milestone, each award, and each retail sellout reinforced the brand's outlier status. Teremana was no longer simply a new player with a famous face. It had become a benchmark, proof that disciplined management, authentic partnerships, and consistent quality could rewrite the rules of the spirits business. The 1 million case milestone did more than set a new record. It established a foundation for the brand's financial narrative, drawing the attention of competitors, investors, and analysts eager to understand how a tequila, born in Jalisco and championed by Dwayne Johnson, had so quickly redefined what was possible in the world of premium spirits. Industry observers now assign Teremana a valuation that places it among the most valuable privately held spirits brands in the world. The current consensus among analysts and trade publications puts the company's worth at approximately $3.7 billion. This figure is not the result of a single transaction or public filing, but rather the result of careful extrapolation from shipment volumes, category growth rates, and precedents set by earlier high-profile acquisitions in the tequila sector. Dwayne Johnson holds an estimated 30 to 40% equity stake in Teremana, making him the largest individual shareholder. At prevailing estimates, this translates to a personal holding valued between $1.1 and $1.5 billion. These numbers are not confirmed by the company or its partners, but they reflect the best available data from industry analysts and business media. Johnson's share alone now exceeds the combined value of his highest annual film salaries, his back-end production earnings, and his stock holdings in other ventures. The magnitude of these figures is difficult to overstate. A tequila brand conceived just a few years ago, built on a foundation of real partnership and operational discipline, has reached a scale that rivals legacy spirits houses. For Johnson and his co-founders, the equity value is not simply a headline. It is a measure of the discipline, patience, and strategic risk that defined every stage of Teremana's growth. The company's financial standing now draws the attention of global investors, competitors, and business journalists alike, all seeking to understand how a celebrity-led venture achieved such a dramatic leap in value in so short a time. Comparisons in the spirits industry often begin and end with Casamigos, the tequila brand built by George Clooney and partners, sold to Diageo in 2017 for $1 billion. At the time of that sale, Casamigos was moving between 120,000 and 170,000 9-liter cases per year. That figure set the gold standard for celebrity-backed spirits exits, with each case effectively valued at nearly $6,000 to $8,000 in the acquisition. Teremana's scale renders those benchmarks almost unrecognizable. By its third year, Teremana was shipping over 1 million cases annually, more than 6 times the Casamigos volume at sale. Dwayne Johnson posted that Teremana had outsold Casamigos by 830,000 cases. The message was clear. Teremana's commercial reach had eclipsed what was once considered the ceiling for the category. Industry analysts ran the numbers against the Casamigos precedent. If Teremana were to attract a buyer at similar per-case multiples, the implied exit value would land between $3 billion and $5 billion. This is not a forecast, but a reflection of how the market now measures premium spirits brands with authentic growth and global momentum. The scale of Teremana's achievement places it in a different league, one where the brand is not merely following earlier successes, but redefining what is possible. For Johnson, this is more than a business victory. It is a demonstration of disruptive leverage, built on volume, credibility, and a direct line to consumers that few in the industry can match. In Jesus Maria, Jalisco, the expansion of Distillery Teremana de Agave stands as a concrete response to the extraordinary demand that followed Teremana's rise. Construction began in early 2024, with the goal of doubling production capacity while preserving the small-batch traditional methods that earned the brand its reputation. The Lopez family, as both co-owners and stewards of the land, oversaw the planning and execution, ensuring that every new brick oven and copper pot still matched the standards set by generations of agave craftsmanship. This expansion required significant capital investment, though the company has not disclosed precise figures. Industry analysts point to the scale of the project as evidence of a long-term commitment, not just to volume, but to the integrity of the process. New fermentation tanks and roasting facilities were added, but the core technique, slow-cooking agave in brick ovens, followed by distillation in handmade copper stills, remained untouched. Local artisans and skilled laborers were employed throughout, reinforcing the brand's promise to support the community as it grows. The expanded distillery also brought operational safeguards against the risks of rapid scaling. Agave sourcing contracts were lengthened and sustainability protocols were strengthened, including organic composting of agave fibers and water recycling initiatives. By anchoring the expansion in both tradition and technical rigor, Teremana positioned itself to meet surging global demand without diluting the craft that defines its product. The investment in infrastructure became the foundation for the next phase of Teremana's journey, ensuring that growth would not come at the expense of authenticity. April 2025 brings a new frontier for Teremana as the brand enters the global travel retail channel. This move places Teremana on shelves in major international airports and travel hubs, where an estimated 23 million consumers circulate across 16 markets each year. The travel retail sector is a critical proving ground for spirits brands seeking worldwide recognition. It demands not only supply chain precision, but also the ability to meet diverse regulatory and consumer expectations. For Teremana, the logistics involve synchronized shipments from Jesus Maria to bonded warehouses, compliance with varying import standards, and tailored marketing for travelers from Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Each of those steps must be executed with care to preserve premium quality and on-time availability. By October 2025, Teremana's leadership confirms a broad international rollout, launching in more than 20 new markets over the following 12 months. This expansion is supported by the operational backbone built with Mast-Jägermeister and the careful scaling of production capacity in Jalisco. The strategy is not to blanket every possible market, but to prioritize those with strong demand for premium tequila and established spirits infrastructure. Each new market entry is mapped with sensitivity to local pricing, distribution customs, and brand positioning, ensuring that Teremana's core identity is preserved as it grows. These moves are more than milestones. They represent optionality for the business. With a global footprint, Teremana becomes a candidate for acquisition by the world's largest spirits conglomerates, or, alternatively, for continued independent growth at scale. Leadership's approach remains measured. Build lasting value, maintain operational control, and keep all exit strategies on the table as the brand's influence extends far beyond its original borders. Today, celebrity brands rise and fall with each viral trend. Yet Teremana stands as a billion-dollar exception, built on genuine partnership and unrelenting patience. As private valuations soar, only a handful translate influence into lasting equity. The real lesson: in an era obsessed with shortcuts, the slow road still leads furthest. Sometimes the future of business is written not by fame, but by the substance that endures behind it.